G'day, Stayer Off Grid here. Well, yesterday I put the Kings drawers, ute tray drawers in the car, in the back of my ute, in the Hilux. I mounted them down with magnets, and today I'm going to finish off all the other things I've got to do, which is install the fridge. Can't get the fridge in there at the moment. All right, well, it's getting towards the end of the day. I'm just about to finish up, and it's cooling down a little bit. It's still a bit warm. Now, I've tried everything to jack this bloody tent up. Oh, the tub racks up. I know this looks pretty bad, that bit of steel across there, but I was trying to jack it up with this jack here, and it was already bent. It's okay, but I put it the angle that I thought it would work best. But anyway, didn't work. I tried the little bottle jack down there, didn't work. I tried me high lift jack, didn't work. So, you know, I was going to rig up something up the top there. I've got to lift this up to get it onto the trailer. So I was going to put some, probably 3 logs across the top there or something, bolted on, strapped down, bolted on, whatever, to lift this up, and then bring that trailer under, put that on the trailer, take the trailer away, then bring the ute back here, and I'll use because I'll put a winch up there on the logs I'm going to put up there, and then I can just lift the tent and everything up, like lift, you know, strap it to each 4 corner and lift the whole thing up. Now there's only one problem with that. All I would have done was lifted the whole car up. So I took out all the bolts here, and I was just thinking, I don't know why, but I was just thinking, yep, take them out, right? So I've done all that, and didn't realise that this bolt here goes into that support, so it can't go up. It's got a bolt in it. That one's fine, but this one, the bottom one, there wasn't a bottom one anyway. That one has to come out for it to lift up. This one has to come out for it to lift up. This one has to come out, and there was no one in that one because I couldn't get it through there. So if you have a look back here, so yeah, I've taken the bracket, goes up to that height. I've taken these 2 bolts out. I just thought I was moving that up, and yeah, then I looked at that and went, you dickhead. So I've wasted so much time on this today. Anyway, tomorrow it'll be all good. See you later. All right, well, I was a bit embarrassed to not pull those bolts out, but today, that was yesterday, today's today, and I've got this bit of steel going across under the middle of roughly the middle. Now, I've just had noticed that and what I've got is an old subwoofer that I don't use anymore. It's actually sitting on the cone. It's probably going to stuff the cone, but anyway, that's what I had to use. Now it's got a jack under there, so it's only lifting up one side at the moment. I've needed to reposition the jack to do the other side, but this is lifted up, and I can easily pull those in to put the bolts in. That one is the same, probably just need to come up a little bit. I'll get the bolts in this one first, and then we'll go from there. All right, well, I've jacked up this side already. I've just moved that over to the other side now. So I've raised this up, so it's raised up, it's come from there to there, so it's only really raised 50 mil, but that's about all I need, and also that's as high as she goes, so it'll have to work. I didn't realize there was only just 2 positions. I've got these ones didn't line up very well. I don't even think I had them in on this side because of that, because it's really hard to re-drill through when you've got a couple of pieces, and you can't get a drill in here to drill there. All right, so this is with the clamp on. It's back in here now, and I should be able to get a bolt in that one. That one I'm not sure about. I've probably got to, once I get this one in, I've got to bring the clamp up higher. Now, something as well, I've put that clamp there. You've seen that it was about, this was out here. It's brought it all the way back in. The bolts weren't lined up. I was still able to use the jack, and it's still, with the clamp on it, it's still allowed the top section to come up, and I'll be able to get a bolt through there, hopefully. All right, well, that's raised up now. I think if I knew it only was going to go that high, I actually thought I was thinking that this was going to be the same level as that you could, but you can't. If I knew that it was only going that high, I probably would have just set it up like that to begin with to give me more room in there underneath it. Anyway, you learn from your mistakes. It's up now. I've probably got an extra 50 mil, but I think I needed 70, so I may have to cut this still, but I may, if I only need a real small amount, I can still leave the lights in and just cut the bottom of it off. So we'll see what happens now. I've got to just measure it up and see if the fridge is going to go in there. All right, well, there she is, the fridge out on the rack. You're still going to need a little ladder to get into it though, but looking at that, I'm about, well, put this in and we'll find out. Yeah, so 10 mil. If I cut off to the, on the other side, that if I cut off, I'll cut right across, take these lights out, and I'll cut up as high as I can, maybe in line with that rubber there, and then it'll get in there. So that's cool. Now, I didn't get, some of these I didn't get all the bolts in, didn't get any in there, but it's not going anywhere. I mean, there's weight here. This wants to come down. Even if you pull them out, all it's doing is dropping down to the bottom thing, and it's not coming out. So it'd have to bounce, you know, 250 mil to get off that thing. So that's just no problem. Same here. I can probably get one in there. I'll put them in if I can get them in. Might get one in there. Maybe get one in there. And I can get one in there. So if I can only get two in, that's fine. I'm fine. I'm happy with that. All right. It's a better way to look at it. So yeah, there's 10 mil, 15 mil in it. All right. So I'm going to pull that fridge out now again. Now, it's bloody heavy with nothing in it. So once it's in there, it's staying in there. Well, once I go camping, it's staying in there. When I come home, I can pull it out and put it somewhere, but I probably won't because it's too big. Where am I going to put it? Once I get my shed, yeah, fair enough. Anyway, that's me. Get back to you once I do some grinding or some cutting. All right, so I've cut this off. I won't touch it because it'll probably still be hot. Across, you know, it's not that straight, but it'll do. A little bit of paint marker, and you won't even notice that I did it. So let's see if the fridge fits now. I guess I'll be taking my little step ladder with me because that's perfect. Now, it does come out far enough to open both lids, so that's great. That's what you want, because if it didn't come out far enough, well, it'll be a pain in the ass. You'd be spinning it around and doing whatever, and like I said, once it's full, it's going to be heavy. Now, when I said yesterday that it's, in the other video, that it's way too big for me, there's probably blokes around there going, too big? You got to fit your case somewhere, don't you? 2 cases, you're going to need 2 or 3 cases. Well, not for me anymore, but yeah, I imagine that I would have beforehand when I used to drink. All right, that's that. I'll put it in this way so that all the controls are this side, and hopefully we've got that DC plug at the back, so that's gonna, I'm gonna run a cable through to the, for the moment I'm just running a cable through to the cigarette lighter, and that's what it comes with, so that's what I'll run with it. Run with it at the first time. Let me get that out of my mouth again. That's what it comes with, so that's what I'm going to use for the minute. That didn't sound right. All right, well, fridge fit under, no problem. But now that I've got the cover on, it needs another 10 mil, I reckon. It'll go under. It'll just go under, squeezes under, but then it hits this bit. So I need to cut more out of it. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm going to do now. All right, well, I've ground that back a bit further. I actually ground through the light because I needed to, but I thought, why not just leave the lights there and we just cut a bit off. I haven't gone all the way there because, well, I'm lazy. I've been using this battery grinder. Now, if you've got one of these, if you don't use a 4 amp hour, which is the bigger battery, they seem to not want to cut anything at all. So you need that bigger battery on them. And when the battery starts getting, before the battery runs out, if it starts cutting at all, then go get a new battery if you've got a spare one, because it'll cut so much better. Also, I have a 1mm disc on this. Now, I cut this first one with a 1mm and it was nice. This one is looking a bit rough because I couldn't find a 1mm and I used a 2mm, and the 2mm just gives you a real rough cut. So the 1mm's nicer. You've got to be careful. Just let the grinder do the work, right? So don't try and force it, because you'll just go through discs and it'll end up taking you more time by changing discs all the time than what it is if you just take your time and let it just do its work. So that it feels like it's barely even touching it, you know, it's cutting it. It just takes longer. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably fix this up, but for the moment I just wanted to make sure that it's going to fit in there. This is where that is, it'll fit in there. So anyway, we'll put it on and see how it goes. All right, so that's it. She's in, cut there to there. We'll look at it from this side. So obviously I've got to strap it down for travel, but that's what all those little Juvalakis are for. Anyway, we'll see how it comes out. This, I think from tightening these up too tight, this has become hard to come out. I think that's why, but anyway, it still comes out. So that's that. All sorts of pockets in these bags. A pocket here. There's pockets here, one on either side. Pockets here, pocket there. Another pocket this side. And these you just flip off, and then you can get in here. Oop, that got stuck, never mind. Now I've got it sitting a little bit off to the side. That's just so that it doesn't sit on this one, but the feet, it's actually sitting on its feet anyway. Alright, so if all these tabs are down, we're looking at that going in. Oh, hit that this time, didn't do that the first time. Just got to be careful, obviously. Just get past that lip there, and then you're right. And this needs to go in a little bit further, and then now I can use this to get a strap over it. yeah, that there. I can get it. I've got some big hockey straps and then onto these, yeah, so that's fine. That'll strap it down. Now I went for a drive with out strapping the fridge down. Didn't go anywhere, but I've strapped it now. So I figured that was the best way to go, just using that handle. That handle is solid as. Yeah, that way when you, well, it's easier to put on. When you pull it out, you can take it off to slide this down further, and then put them back on again. Now that one was quite hard to get on in the back here, but you can get Mitre 10's got little tiny shock cords which may be perfect. I get 2 of them, one on each end of the handle, and they will work really good. The other thing is that once it's slid out, it's easy to get that on. It's just hard when it's in there. All right, that's it. It's all good. It's worked out all right. I'm happy with it. We've got the drawers hard up against that battery. That battery's won't move, but I will, before I go away, I am going to do something with that. Just haven't worked it out yet. I'd like to actually mount it a little bit better, because if I'm pulling it, it doesn't pull sideways. It won't go up and down because it's wedged against there, but still, just in case, I'll put something else to secure it. All right, so I still need to find a place for my shower curtain. So that's the 23-0 shower curtain thing here. Now it's got a mount on the back. I can't find the brackets and things that come with it, but what I've done on this side is I've put these my buddy 4-wheel drive recovery tracks on the side, and I like them there, but they could come down further, and so on this side I could make it sit across here. Now all it does is I've never opened it. I've got a picture of it. I'll show you the picture. It's just a shower screen, but it slides out somehow and drops down. But it's a good place, you know, for your shower or your camp toilet, right? Now, I don't need either of these things for where I'm going. I've got a powered site, and there's, you know, ablution blocks, whatever that is. There's showers and things. So yeah, I don't really need it, but I'm going to find the brackets, and then I'd like to put it there because I may need it later, and I've just got to work it out. Putting that massive big thing on the roof just for that, yeah, can't do it. I mean, I don't want that thing on the roof. I'm not going to use it, so I've got plenty of room still in the car for me. So anyway, I'm going to find these brackets. Alright, well that's me, Star Off Grid. Hope you enjoyed that episode. I've still got to do a little bit more work. Set up the solar system in the sky. No. Yeah, connect all the solar to it so that I've got solar power as well. But the thing is that the big panel I've got spare, it's just too big. I mean, you could put it on the top of there for travel and then just lay it out on the ground, but it's 1800 long, so I'm going to look at smaller ones, see what power I actually need, and work that out. But that's another day. All right, I'm Star Off Grid. See you later.